when I see medical doctors, particularly high-ranking medical doctors, physicians, scientists, speaking with such utter incompetence, it shocks me. But I also see the other side of the table. I have been on the disaster planning side of the table where you're trying to make decisions, and the most difficult decision to make is a decision where you don't have any information. So you're trying to make a timely, accurate, critical care type decision, and you don't have valid information. That's very, very difficult decision to make. So I have some sympathy for the people leading this as well, because they don't really, in a minute-by-minute aspect, know what they're up against, right? When you're fighting a forest fire, for example, take Northern Ontario, we have big forest fires up there almost every year. You know, you can fly over it in a helicopter or an airplane, and you can see where the forest fire is, right? You can see where the flames are. You can see where the smokes are. There's usually a nice line on the ground. You can see the charred places behind it. And it's obvious where the forest fire is. At least there you have some information. With this outbreak right now, we literally don't have information.
Right.
And even if we could correlate all that information, there's no real central body to analyze that. So, for example, the medical people know that the outbreaks predominantly are Mississauga, Peel region, and Ontario. How do we know that? Well, we know that by hospital admissions, by the number of people coming through the front door. But nobody's really correlating that information province-wide simply because they don't have a method to. There's no coordinated method to track that. And then when we do have some information, for example, like we know the hotspot, to be honest, I think governments are hesitant to let that information out. They're afraid that, you know, one of the answers I got from a low-level politician is, well, we don't want to say that area is the big hotspot outbreak. You know, it would damage, you know, nobody would go to the gas stations there. Nobody would go to the grocery stores there. Nobody would, you know, visit that area. And I thought, so we locked down the entire country, which is geographically only second to Russia, because one very small pocket of a city is infected? I mean, that doesn't make sense. So without this app, what we have right now are actually governments curtailing or restricting some of the information that they have from the general population as well.